Hi there, folks. Money Rider lads around the table. Well, not quite round the table, lads, but we got together anyway. We were looking to do a little preview for the King George and the Welsh National. We're not, unfortunately, going to get round the table, but we are going to have a little preview of that and give a couple of mentions that we like. We have obviously got the YouTube giveaway for Cheltenham. That'll be coming up a bit later, so just keep watching the video and we'll tell you how that, to enter that basically won't be very difficult. So anyone can enter. Don't need to be the brain of Britain when it comes to racing to get into that. So yeah, just keep watching for that. So we'll come to that then, boys. So what should I say? It's not going to be a huge long video because there's only three of us. Mark can't make it, unfortunately. We're starting with the King George. Do either of you want to kick us off?
Jamie, do you want to
go? Okay, then I'm most probably going to steal your thunder, but obviously we're going to go for the 2:30 King George at Kempton. Could be the last one at Kempton. We never know. But then the field, most probably, it could be the Jukebox Man will be ridden by Ben Jones. Il Francais could be ridden by James Reevely. Could be Grainclair West. Could be running there. Django Bay, definitely with Nico de Boinville. Banbridge, the champion, with Sean Bowen. Champion elect will be on there. Diallo with Charlie Deutsch. Factor File, I would say Mark Walsh. And Gaelic Warrior with Paul Townsend. So once again, I think it's going to be another great race. Looking at the field, I reckon it's going to be between 7 and 8 runners, in my opinion. I don't think it'll be 11 or 12.
No.
If there's going to be like a joker in the pack with the French Raider if he does run. But
15
I know,
minute, but yeah,
I know there's going to be 2 horses coming back from last year. That'll be Banbridge, the champion, and Il Francais. Now I backed Il Francais last year, and I thought he jumped like a buck, but he didn't really get to. He didn't get the distance. I think he went there a bit too early. What James Reevely said. But I've been looking at the field. I would say Il Francais, I think it'll be a little bit of a question mark for him if he can cope with it, if he might burst a blood vessel. Django Bay actually ran really, really well at Ascot in the 1964. I think it's a 1964 chase. I thought he jumped really well. Considering it was a small field, I thought he coped with it well, going right-handed. And that really would help him running at Kempton. Banbridge, I think it'll be the first time coming out. And depending if Joseph O'Brien got him fit, I reckon he could be very tough to beat. The Giallo, I thought he ran very, very well and won very well on the Peterborough Chase at Huntington, considering that was soft conditions. And Phoenicia Williams stable is just making a bit of a turn, but not winning that much in my mind. But she has got a few good top horses that are winning for her. With other horses, and I've just hitting the crossbar or anything. Gaelic Warrior, I thought won very well. Was it at Fairyhouse or Punchestown? I think it was that Punchestown. I think. I thought me personally, I thought he won very, very well. That was, I don't know if Paul Townsend was on him.
What, the Durkin, you mean?
Oh, so in the Durkin,
Town and at Punchestown, yeah.
But for me, and I know I've heard it with John, I think the Jukebox Man will win has won at Kempton, so he's got course form, he's got roughly distance form. He won at Kempton in the Cato Star Chase. He beat Highland by 2.5 lengths. But then he had a setback. But we all thought with a setback he would have done his career, but none of it, because when he ran done his comeback run at Haydock, I thought that was impressive. I thought he jumped really well. I thought he travelled well in that race. He beat Iroko, where Iroko could be he could be going to the Grand National side, I would imagine.
I'd imagine so.
I think he jumped so well, and I've especially with over the big fences at Haydock. I mean, Newbury have to go and get some jumping them and Haydock. But I think Kempton will suit him because he's run there before, and I think he will improve. and he's matured as a horse. And I
Yeah.
think me personally, I think the Jukebox Man for me. I know that there was people talking about between Jukebox Man, Gaelic Warrior, and Django Bay because of them very good wins. I mean, Django Bay, everybody thought that when he won that, was it the Arkle or was it the Ryanair or Arkle in March?
He won the Arkle, didn't he?
Yeah, he won
Because
the Arkle.
Marsborough was touted for it,
Marsborough,
wasn't
that's
he?
right.
So
And
it was the
people,
Arkle.
and then people said that was a sort of a gift, a lucky. That was like, and it was far from it. I thought Django Bay won that very well at Ascot. And now you see Marsborough, how he jumps. He's a little bit in and out. But for me, I think the Jukebox Man for the King George. I don't know what you think, chaps, but I think this is tailor made for the Jukebox Man.
I like him. I must admit, as I said it on I think on our WhatsApp. At the moment, 7-1 seems like a decent price as well for an horse with a very realistic chance. I can't hide the fact that I've always liked Gaelic Warrior. I've generally stuck with him through thick and thin, really. When other people turn against him, when his form dipped a little bit. As you say, you've got Factor Files, 2-1 favourite just at the minute. Let's be honest, a lot of people thought that was the next thing since sliced bread, and and then he's had a little stumble. So, and as you say, Django Bay's, not done any disservice to himself whatsoever. But I am sort of leaning towards your line of thinking, Jay. In all honesty,
I think with Factor File, I don't know. He's going to be his first run. You just don't know because some horses do cope with that fast, tight track at Kempton. They do. The track do find the horses out.
yeah,
we've had this before with plenty of races like during the years,
yeah,
and it does find them out. And then some of them that you think, oh, they're going to be really top notch, and it just doesn't. They just fall away.
yeah.
But I really would like to see Django Bay, Banbridge, and Gaelic Warrior and the Jukebox Man up there near the home straight.
Oh, let's hope so, mate.
No disrespect with the Giallo and that, but you never know. I mean, Jello
Well,
might.
that Digello, however you pronounce it, like you say, he did win real well the other day, but I I always sort of say, I think he might not be, in my opinion, just quite that same level,
Yeah.
Because I mean no offence by that, because he don't run very well the other day, but
depending.
it's that same, like what we always say, that that famous saying, horses for courses, if you know what I mean. There's a reason for that.
Yeah.
And he won well the other day, and he proved he can win, but it's then going on and then doing it again against better competition and and all that stuff. I think the others
What do you
are
think, Sean?
better than him.
Yeah, I mean, you all know my opinions on it. I've been Jukebox Man. I said he was one of my ones to watch this season when we done the videos. This is the exact same route that I discussed that I was hoping that they would take. I think 7-1's a massive price for a horse that's proven over track and trip, where others aren't. He's run 3 mile there. He can go on soft, heavy. Look, it's difficult for me considering Mullins has got the top 2 in the betting to go completely against those. And Gaelic Warrior, I'm a huge fan of. But with him and Factor File, the fact of not yet being able to see 3 miles properly at Kempton would worry me, because that's a long old straight, that is. And I'd imagine it's tiring, especially when they've done what they've got to do. And we found that with Ele Francais. He was, like you said, Jamie, jumping like a stag the whole way round. But that home straight just took everything out of him. He was literally going backwards as opposed to everyone going in front of him, type thing.
Even James Reevely said he thought he went too early, but even if you go too early, if he went too early or too late, I think you could see he was struggling on. He jumped well in the last fence but you could see he was struggling on
No,
them
the
last
lights have gone.
750 yards.
You're
Yeah, the lights have gone out, and
talking
he
about
was.
the Ladbroke Chase in 1965. Is that what you're saying?
No,
Yeah, well,
no,
no.
no. Last year's King George.
Oh, right, because
Last
obviously he
year's
pulled
King
up in
George.
that, didn't he?
He did, yeah, and he didn't run a race then. To be fair, he was never in the contest. But yeah, I mean, look, like I say, he was my one to watch. Jukebox Man. This was the plot, the route that I discussed. I hope they took with him. They couldn't be happier. I don't see any of the conditions that would come up unless it went good, which, let's be frank, is not going to happen. I just don't see their. I failed to see the amount of
Confidence
negatives.
sort of thing.
Yeah, I can't. I think 7 to 1's a huge price. Actually, he's drifted a bit because he started at 6s, but I think that's more because Factor File.
Yeah.
I think that's more because where Factor File has now been put in. When Mullins chucked something in last minute, your eyes are going to open a bit wider.
Yeah.
So that's understand.
And they only
That's
really
the only
mentioned that the other
reason.
day, didn't they, that he would probably be going.
Yeah, so that's the only reason. That's the only reason I can see it drifted a bit. I certainly don't see it being double figures. I think he's too good for that. So
no, I think so.
yeah,
I think that'd be a bit.
Yeah, for me,
really.
Yeah, for me, I think I think Jukebox Man for me all day long.
But then, But I know we're going quite quickly. But are we discrediting Banbridge and Django Bay?
No, Django Bay, I wouldn't discredit. I think the market is doing it its service. It's 7 to 2, biggest price. So I think 7 to 2, biggest price for Django Bay is showing that actually it's getting a lot of respect as it is, and rightly so, so. And with Banbridge, I said this to Neil on the live yesterday, that actually Banbridge at 20 to 1, because Sean Bowen will be on board as well, by the way. Is an interesting factor, because you know that Sean Bowen's going to give it everything it's got, and for a horse that's already won this, 20 to 1 is massive.
Yeah, and he can win it, and he can win it again. Do you know what I mean? And
that's what I mean. So yeah, 100%. My two, and I go over this like I did in the live. My two in that I would be win bet on Jukebox Man, and each way on Banbridge, because I think it's a huge price.
I mean,
and we're going on board.
I mean, just pretend that the horses are a pack of cards. Who would be the joker in the pack?
The joker in the pack? What, as in to spring a surprise that we would go? Yeah. Well, if it was soft, or if the conditions started to get really testing, I think there's yellow for Venetia Williams.
Yeah.
I looked at the home press.
I don't think it's beyond the realms of possibility of things going his favour, of course. Like, he's more than capable, as you say, but it does, I think it does count on that, you know?
Yeah, of course.
I think his chances do hinge on that a bit, you know?
His chances would, if it turns into a slog and a real test as opposed to a race.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly,
like, if this is if it's a race of Class 1 quality standard, then like you said, Jamie, you would expect the last 2 fences to be contested by Gaelic Warrior, Factor File, Django Bay, possibly Banbridge, and Jukebox Man. If it's a testing race and it's going to get boggy from the get-go, that will change, and you'll probably only see 2 of them coming over the last with any chance, and it wouldn't surprise you if Venetia had one of those. So yeah, it depends.
I mean, to me, I'm still going to stick with the Jukebox Man, but if he wins impressively, he'll be quite short for the Gold Cup, and I think he'll do well in the Gold Cup if he does head for it. That's my opinion.
Our friends at Unibet, who are courtesy of the Cheltenham tickets, they've got Jukebox Man. They got Jukebox Man at 6 to 1, and Banbridge just in slightly short at 14s.
Yeah, I'm not surprised on that. They're going to be those sort of prices. But like I say, it's an interesting one. That one, I can't wait. I think it's going to be a really good race this year. I think last year Ele Francais ran the race out of it 2 fences in, and you could see no one was going to get into it after that. It was going to take a good horse out of the pack, which Banbridge was. But this year, I think it's going to be a lot closer.
Yeah.
Never know. The bridesmaid from last year could win it, even though he's pulled up.
Yeah, 100%.
I think it's going to be another cracking race, because last year was a cracking race.
Yeah, no, it will be this year. I think this will be a bit more contested this year.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, I just quickly scrolling back through last year's, and like I say, I don't mean any disservice to anyone, but I'd say that top of that
long way.
Eh?
They all finished a long way behind first and second, didn't they?
Yeah, but I just think overall, I think, not being nasty, but I just think the overall class throughout the race looks a little bit more tastier this time than it did last time.
Yes.
I mean, like I say,
Yeah,
you
I
can
think so.
race with what race you're in, which is fair enough.
Yeah.
You know, um,
So
like the real whacker, okay, good horse, but he's not an elite.
not,
No,
yeah, it was
he's a fan
not good
favourite.
enough.
Yeah, Spillane Tower again, not a terrible horse, but again, still not right up there with JP's best. Corbett's
No.
Cross,
Yeah.
you got a brave man's game on the way down, kind of, you know what I mean? There's just
Yeah.
It wasn't.
there that
Yeah, this year's
So
going to be contested, and it's going to
I just think it's going to be
it's gonna
better
be a good one.
contested, which is
Yeah,
great for us
agreed.
fans.
yes,
Of course.
definitely.
You know.
So our selections are.
Well,
Jukebox
for
Man.
me, I think it's Jukebox Man. Really, I'm going to go.
Yeah, I'm a jukebox man as well. So there you are.
I think
Cool.
we're kind of
All
Jukebox
English.
Man across the board, and then
All English.
maybe a cheeky little, whatever on, or a little spot on our favourites, like where it be Gaelic Warrior or Django Bay sort of thing,
Yeah,
I think our money's going on Jukebox by the looks of it.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll move on then, lads, to the
Welsh
Welsh
National.
Do you want to have a start on this one, in Sean?
Yeah. Well, one of my mates, I've got two in this as it stands. I'll start with me outsider because I'm always going to. We are fully aware when it comes to a Grand National, there is only one set of silks I will always look to. And that is Iron Bridge, Hemmings colours, as always. John Joe O'Neill. Look, you're going to get one of two horses with Iron Bridge. You're going to get one that will stay longer than the mother-in-law, or you're going to get one that will pull up after 7-8 fences if it's not going well. He's either you'll get your money's worth, or you're going to be tearing up your ticket quite quickly. I think if the ground goes, let's be honest with you, it's going to be Chepstow on boxing in December. It's going to be hopefully soft at best. I'd imagine heavy in places. Where I think that's where he will thrive a little bit more. My only concern is he does get lost in big fields sometimes, and that's when he not plays up, but spits his dummy out and ends up getting pulled up because it's just not working.
Yeah.
But he's got stamina for days, especially on the softer side of racing, which is what it will be. So yeah, I'm gonna go him at the moment at 25s. But my more sensible head over heart option is O'Connell for Sue Smith, who actually we backed at Sandown, the Tingle Creek meet. And frankly, he won so well, could have probably gone round again. He was going away from them in what was, well, we saw it, Jamie. Those conditions got really testing, and that was the last race of the day, wasn't it, O'Connell?
Yeah,
and that was difficult. That was difficult going round on that one. And to be honest with you, it didn't seem to phase. It was almost like the heavier it got, the more the horse was enjoying himself. And that was 3.5, wasn't it? 3.5.
It was the London National, so it was.
That's it. That would have been It's like 3.5, just over 3.5. And look, going to be carrying as it stands 10. What's that?
You'll get 60s on O'Connell at the minute.
Yeah, I get it, sure, but I'm really confident on this one going into a national. It's always difficult to be confident, isn't it? But when you've seen it in real life in the race beforehand, and we watched it go up the hill, just before going to collect, he's running off a 10 stone 5 that he'll be going off. I think there's a lot to be confident about. Again, with any national, this one on you're Scottish, you're Welsh, and obviously the main national. Compared to your smaller ones like the London National, this is going to be more testing. There's more horses. There's more jeopardy. But I just think it would suit going for him so soon. So yeah, O'Connell on the nose for me, and it'd be Iron Bridge at 25s each way.
Is that with the friend of the channel Unibet? Is that the odds?
Yeah, O'Connell is say 6s, and then Iron Bridge and get 25s with Unibet.
Yeah, right, okay.
Yeah, they're my two.
Okay.
I mean, it could be third leading up to it, but
well, I had a look at the 42 runners that have been entered for the Chepstow, which is the 3 mile 6 the 3 mile 6 furlongs and the very important 136 yards going uphill.
Yeah.
I looked about 3. There's one called Hung Jury, trained by Martin Keithley. Likes the easy conditions, like heavy, good to soft, and good on his form. Trip shouldn't be a problem, and the track as well. I haven't had to look at what the odds were, but
Hung Jury 25s in a minute with Unibet.
25s. That's a nice each way. The other one is
once again not sponsored by Unibet.
No. The other horse is a syndicate horse, Marsh Wren, Nick Brown Racing Syndicate, trained by Stuart Edmonds. Done well and he's got good form behind as well on soft conditions. Weight is about 11 stone 2. So be interesting.
Yeah,
and also going
right,
and also going up in trip is a sort of a question mark. But I think it'll be a nice each way price as well. This is already just early. This is just having a look early because
my friend, you get 50 to 1, Jay.
51. Well, I mean, I know there's 42 runners, but we just, we always say we just don't know because of situations. And the other one, what Sean said, O'Connell, trained by Joe Parkinson, Joe Parkinson and Sue Swift. He's in a rich vein of form. One impressive, I think, at Sandown in the London National. Even he finished second in the Eider Chase in a 4 mile plus race. So the distance is not a problem at all, especially with the Welsh Grey National at 3 miles 6. The only thing I would say with the O'Connell, it's beating himself, as in if he makes a mistake.
Yeah.
With making a mistake over the fences, or he doesn't get a lot of luck in running, because you normally tend to have a few unshipped horses or unshipped jockeys in the first 2 or 3 fences, because everybody's all absolutely gunning for that corner when they turn left-handed, and it's all going downhill as well. And also you're going to get a few, a few unlucky stories, I would say.
Yeah.
But
which you get in a national, didn't you? So
those are the 3 for me: Hung Jury, Marsh Wren, and O'Connell.
Okay, fair enough.
Well then, Glyn, who's the winner?
I mean, there's a few there that sort of jump out to me. I've been doing a bit of research sort of on the fly here, but obviously I liked him before, and I still like him, and that's Mr. Van Gogh. He was only just held off by Twig the other day, and we are talking a little bit further. So that little bit of extra distance, he might have, in that, if that was this race, he might have got there,
and he likes heavy conditions as well.
Yeah. So obviously, so if it goes that way, Jay, that will be in favour. I quite like, if you I'm scrolling down here, but I was thinking like you've got a work in progress, but then you have to look at the form, and the work in progress was a long way behind Jubilee Express recently.
Right.
And like Jubilee Express is actually joint favourite 5 to 1 with Mr. Van Gogh.
Oh wow.
So you'd sort of look at it and think, well, it's hard to see how work in progress is gonna. Like, it was a long way, wasn't it?
It's a lot to flip the form, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. It was a silly amount. 42 lengths combined.
Oh,
so,
lovely.
Obviously, other than saying,
the
racing post says jockey says gelding was never travelling, which maybe it wasn't. Do you know what I mean? So you have to allow a bit of that in for it. But as you say, it's still very hard to see how you can imagine on paper saying that they're going to turn that around. It's not like it was a couple of lengths.
No, I agree.
And then they're also behind like the likes of Making Your Mind Up. you know, who's also got an
Yeah.
entry. You know, mate,
There
your
might,
wind up
there,
is, you know, it's,
I mean,
it's 25 to ones as well. So
wow.
you wonder where they're going to go with it, you know?
I reckon there'd be a
Can't
few
see it.
Irish raiders as well. There must be a
Yeah.
few Irish raiders as well. So, I
Yeah.
mean, you most probably mentioned them. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna so probably my money will I'll probably be looking to maybe back Mr. Van Gogh myself. And then maybe
Good shout.
that
yeah,
is a good
like,
shout.
maybe
Yeah.
you know, maybe a little bit of a punt on, you know, work in progress, maybe just in case, you know, like I say, if he's able to flip the coin and you know and sort of rediscover a bit, you know what I mean? So
And it's a
a big
great
coin.
national. You've got to cover yourself, haven't you? You don't just go in
Well,
there.
it's the fun of it,
yeah.
isn't it? You know what I mean? What,
Yeah.
you know, try and tell
Can't
the
have
people,
just
try and tell the people who backed that 300 to 1 shot the other day, it's not worth a bit of punt now and then, you know?
exactly.
No, exactly.
You know, so that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's why we do it.
Yeah, exactly. I saw a few people putting in a couple of quid, like £2 each way and a fiver each way on that.
Yeah. Well,
That's the
blimey,
thing, isn't it?
a fiver each
I think
way would have returned you 1,500 quid.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's
You'd
not
be
a bad
going up
day's
and
punting,
doing it.
is it, really?
That'd
Do
be
you
a
know
nice
what I
little
mean?
Christmas present, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Whoever it is has had worse Thursdays. So,
Yeah. Well, let's put it this way, it'd be about £15,000 more, sorry, £1,500 more than my bonus will be.
yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I did read that Dylan Johnson was in two minds of running Jubilee Express and another same owner horse.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know which
you've
one it
got
was.
they've got Showman Uchi or something.
Oh, right, yes.
Sam Thomas trained. That's in the same
Yeah.
silks, if that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah, because
same.
that's quite a short price, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's have a look.
So apparently, what I read,
5, 6.
I mean, what I read that Dylan Thomas has got two minds of running.
Unibet have got 10, Sean.
Right.
But it's still up there because it then goes to 8, 6s and 5s, so it's not a million miles away.
No.
Yeah.
No, cool.
I mean, even like you say, Jubilee Express has run at the Welsh National before, so he could turn up for the books as well, and Dylan Johnson could be riding Jubilee Express.
Yeah. I say, you know, right now you've got a good, like I say, decent looking field. You know what I mean? There's some decent options out there. As you say, I like sort of said, Sean. You know, what I mean, I think it is open. You know what I mean? It is. These races always are. You know, and like you say, it's the one race where you can pretty much almost guarantee anything can happen.
Of course you can. 100%.
You know, because of the, like I say, the big numbers and the fences themselves, and and then they get in each other's way and all that. But that doesn't tend to happen so much in other racing. You know what I mean?
No, of course not. No, there's not as many horses. There's not as much jeopardy, is there? So that's what makes it a national. So
yeah, exactly. Of course, you've got Hattie Claws in there as well.
I was just going to say, we've not even mentioned Hattie Claws. Yeah.
No. Obviously pulled up last time, so maybe that might dent the the enthusiasm, sort of thing. But I mean, you still get 8s at Hattie Claws, so you still get an 8. So it's obviously not too many people put off.
No, not at all. No. There shouldn't be really. It's a brilliant horse over the distance. So.
Anyway, I think those are my selections: Hung Jury, Marshall and O'Connell, and yours one, Sean Ironbridge and O'Connell.
Correct.
And then young Glyn, what you got?
I say probably be Mr. Van Gogh for me, and then like I say maybe again just like say a punt on the outside that he's able to turn something around, and maybe a work in progress puts in a better effort this time round.
Yeah. No, I think that's a fair shout, mate.
Cool.
Okay.
Right.
All right. Well, that really is what we got on here to talk about, lads. Really.
It was.
Obviously, like I say, we are giving away another pair of tickets for the festival. We've done, or not done, but we started, let's say, the TikTok competition. So basically, you've got your chance here now to win a pair of tickets for Champions Day, courtesy of Ed and the wonderful lads and people at Unibet. And quite simply, folks, all you've got to do is comment down below Cheltenham 2026, and that'll get you in the draw to win the YouTube tickets. You can, by all means, you can go and enter on TikTok if you go and follow the video that's pinned as Sean's done, telling you how to enter that one. So you can do that one as well. obviously we're not going to give all the if people are so jammy that they won all of the things. You know, we can't. That's not fair. So
No.
you know,
It'll
if
be
you
3
win
separate
one,
pairs.
then you kind of won't win the other. In
Yeah.
you know, all due respect, because it's not fair. We want to share them out among people. We don't want just one person taking advantage of it. You know, we want people to take advantage. But we just don't want one person to have it. So so as I say, quite simple. Just comment down below on the video. Get involved in the chat. Let us know what you think. You know, you might like and stuff. Tell us if you think we're wrong. But yeah, so all you got to do, enter, is just comment down below Cheltenham 2026, and then you're in the draw. And then obviously when we find the time to get round to it, we'll be able to do the draw and let everybody know who's won what pair of tickets, basically.
Yep.
When are we going to be closing the YouTube one? We'll be closing
we
it
said Boxing Day, didn't we? Said the
Boxing Day.
Boxing Day. Yeah, I think we'll run the TikTok one. I'll keep pushing that. I mean, it's entirely up to you lads when we close that one, but we can kind of close that whenever. Do you know, it's quite ambiguous. So I'll put it up there.
Just do it, get it done, do it now, and then don't miss your opportunity. Then.
Yeah, exactly. Get involved. The sooner you do it, the better.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right,
all right, then, boys. So that kind of wraps us up, really. Then, as I say, as always, really appreciate doing all the good stuff, following us, subscribing, commenting. Find us on TikTok if you've not got on there. I was a little bit of a late adopter of TikTok, but it can be a really good place for like-minded people, like racing and other things that you're into and all that. So so I say we appreciate all the follows, all the comments, subscribe, and everything. So
well, Merry Christmas, gents.
Have a wonderful Christmas and very good evening tonight.
Yeah,
see you
Merry
all.
Christmas.
See you later. Merry Christmas, everyone. Ta-da.